There exists a form of inner and outer strength so deep that it makes a person appear untouchable. Today, you will discover how one man reached that state centuries ago, and how an ordinary person in our time did the same. Maybe you've seen someone like this before, someone who doesn't break, someone who moves through difficulty without excuses, without bargaining with their own mind, while everyone else explains their failures as destiny, luck, or genetics. But what people rarely admit is that unshakable strength has a price, and most are unwilling to pay it. Long before our era, in the quiet mountains of Japan, lived a man whose life defied the limits of the human mind. He fought more than 60 duels and never tasted defeat. He started out a child and ended a legend. His name was Miyamoto Musashi. He was not the fastest, nor the strongest. What he possessed was something far rarer, a mind free from hesitation and a spirit shaped by relentless discipline. Shortly before his death, he placed his teachings into a book called the Book of Five Rings. Inside it rests a map for the transformation of mind and body. But Musashi's method is strange to modern ears. It is not about adding more. It is about removing everything that weakens you. Now the story begins. Not in ancient Japan, but in the present, with a man named Adam. Chapter 1. The Moment of Awakening. Adam was 32, an engineer, husband, father, a man of routines, responsibilities, and quiet anxieties. From the outside, his life looked normal. Inside, he felt hollow. Every Monday, he promised himself a new start. He joined gyms and quit them. He planned diets that collapsed in 2 days. He set alarms only to silence them again and again. His intentions were strong, but his execution collapsed at the slightest resistance. At work, he froze under pressure. At home, he avoided difficult conversations. When his children needed firmness, he stepped aside and let his wife handle it. Adam existed, but he did not lead himself. Until one day, during a meeting, his heart erupted in panic. His vision narrowed, his breath vanished, and he stumbled out of the room. The doctor found nothing physically wrong. The verdict was simple but devastating. Your mind is reacting to discomfort as if it were danger. You must train your nervous system. Desperate, Adam searched for answers. How to build mental strength. How to reforge discipline. How to stop collapsing under fear. And then he discovered the writings of Musashi. Not a book of philosophy, but a manual for warfare applied to everyday life. Chapter 2. The Principle of Removal. The first lesson Adam read stunned him. Have no preferences. Depend on no condition. How could strength come from having no preference? Musashi explained, if you can only act when the situation is perfect, you are weak. If silence is required for your focus, you are weak. If comfort is required for your discipline, you are weak. True strength is the ability to act at any moment under any condition. Musashi trained with different swords, different environments, different weather, different disadvantages, because the world does not pause for your readiness. Adam realized he was doing the opposite. His discipline relied entirely on external convenience, so he began where he could. Push-ups, no gym, no timing, no equipment, just his body and the ground. 20 push-ups a day, anywhere, anytime, no excuses. The first week was fine. The second brought soreness. The third brought travel. The fourth brought illness. This was always where he quit before. But this time he remembered. Do not stop. Adjust. Traveling? Push-ups on the hotel floor. Sick? 10 instead of 20. Exhausted? 5. But never 0. Chapter 3. Heijoshin, the still mind. By day 40, his body had adapted, but his mind had not. Anxiety still rushed into him like a storm. Work pressure, family concerns, financial worries. Then he encountered Musashi's deeper teaching, Heijoshin, the everyday mind, a mind unchanged by chaos. Musashi wrote, "Let the mind in battle be the mind in peaceful tea. No excess, no fear, just presence. The key was not to fight fear, but to stop feeding it. So Adam practiced simple observation. In traffic, during conflict, during pressure, he watched his emotions without reacting to them. My pulse is rising. My breath is shortening. My chest feels tight. He watched without judgment. The moment it worked was unexpected. His boss shouted at him in a meeting. The old Adam would freeze. This time, he simply stayed present. He spoke calmly without trembling. Everyone noticed. Adam realized he had touched a deeper state, the unmoving mind. Chapter 4. Senshi no Michi, the path of the warrior. A calm mind is incomplete with a capable body. Musashi trained past his limits to make the body an ally, not a burden. So, Adam raised the stakes. 100 push-ups a day for 30 days. Day 1 took nearly an hour. Day 5 was agony. Day 10 felt impossible. 15, he cut his time in half. By day 30, he did them without stopping. But the transformation wasn't just physical. When you repeatedly do what you once believed was impossible, difficulty stops being something to analyze. You simply move. That is the way of the warrior. Chapter 5. Zanshin, the mind that remains. Musashi warned against dropping one's guard after victory. Zanshin is awareness that lingers after the action is finished. Adam realized he was guilty of losing presence immediately after completing tasks, so he changed. After training, he stood still for 30 seconds, breathing. After meetings, he paused, letting the moment settle. This simple habit rewired him. He stopped drifting through life. He began living deliberately. People noticed. You seem calmer. You're more present. You don't get shaken anymore. Chapter 6. Heijoshin, the immovable spirit. But the real test came unexpectedly. His company announced layoffs. Adam was among them. The former Adam would have spiraled into panic. But now, when the shock hit, he recognized it and remained still. Not numb, just present. All right, what's the timeline? His boss was stunned by the calmness. Adam went back to his desk and continued working. Others panicked. He prepared. Within 3 weeks, he had 3 offers. He chose the best one, with a higher salary than before. He hadn't become lucky. He had become unshakable. Chapter 7. Hyoho, the strategy of emptiness. Musashi taught, do not intend to win. Intend not to lose. Winning often leads to recklessness. Not losing leads to consistency. Adam applied this to his new job. He didn't try to impress. He simply avoided errors, delivered what he promised, and stayed steady. He was promoted months later, not for brilliance, but reliability. This is the silent strategy of the void. No gaps, no weaknesses, no waste. Chapter 8. Sutemi, letting go of the self. But Adam still feared losing his progress. He feared stopping. He feared slipping. Then he found Musashi's final teaching, Sutemi, release the self. I regret nothing. I fear nothing. I desire nothing. To reach that state, you stop tying your identity to outcomes. You are not the streak. You are not the achievement. You are the practice. So, Adam stopped counting days, stopped sharing updates.
Stopped seeking validation. Training continued. Meditation continued. Discipline continued. Without ego, without fear, without the need to be seen. And something surprising happened. People began avoiding him, not because he changed for the worse, but because his presence exposed their excuses. A person without fear becomes a mirror. Others see everything they avoid in themselves. Chapter 9. The complete transformation. 1 year after beginning, Adam was no longer the man he had been. Not because he added layers to his life, but because he stripped away everything unnecessary. Discipline was no longer a habit, it was his nature. Musashi called this Kenzen Ichi, the sword and the spirit are one. You do not act disciplined, you become discipline itself.
When people asked how he maintained such strength, he answered, "I simply removed the parts of me that resisted." This is the truth Musashi left behind. Strength is not built by stacking more onto your life. Strength emerges when you remove what weakens you. Breath comes effortlessly. Discipline becomes effortless when it becomes identity. Musashi died alone in a cave, with no riches, no titles. But he left this world with peace. I regret nothing. Very few reach that place, not because it is unreachable, but because it is uncomfortable. And most people choose comfort over capability. But you, listening now, are already different. You stayed until the end, which means something inside you is ready. So the question is not whether you can transform. The question is what you will eliminate first. What weakness will you release? What dependency will you cut? Strength that unsettles others is the only strength worth pursuing. Thank you for your time. Until the next journey.